This is one of the craziest SEO growth spikes I've seen in a couple of years. These guys, and I'll show you the URL in a second here, and I'll tell you exactly who they are. They grew from around, let's see here, 200,000 in monthly organic search traffic to 5.5 million every single month, right? In just 2 months. It is insane. The traffic is valued at almost 3 million every single month. And what this means is if a competitor, or if you were to pay Google, right, Google Ads, for all these keywords, right? If you were to bid on those keywords, you'd have to pay Google Ads around 3 million every single month. So they grew around from around 200,000 in just 2 months. Like 1 month, 3 million, 2 months, 5 million, 5.5. This hasn't updated just yet. So this is insane. Now, I want to go over what the site is, what they did, and why I'm so excited to talk about this, because you can do it too, literally. And we've had people, again, I'm the most biased person ever. We had people use our own software, Arvo, to do the exact same thing these guys are doing. And if you've watched yesterday's video, I'll just post it here. These guys did the exact same strategy these ones are doing, and they're at 30,000. So you can spike up this quick. Let me show you who these guys are. So they're called AI Invest, or AI Invest, right? It's a pretty straightforward website, okay? But it's all AI. Every single thing you see here is AI. Even the images, right? If you just scroll down right here, these images, even the faces one, these are all AI. This is all AI. You click all these articles, right? Images are AI. All the written content is AI. This is fully all done with AI. And they just came out and said they don't hide a single thing. They say all this stuff is written by AI. Okay, you can even read down here. Disclaimer: these news articles available on this platform are generated in whole or in part by artificial intelligence. Okay, so there you go. Every single thing right here is AI. These are just news articles. Okay, so they just post in the, of course, the investing in the stocks space, excuse me, about what's popping in the space. Okay, all these guys, even the writers, right? These are all AI people, or I guess AI robots. None of this stuff exists. That being said, this is literal proof that Google doesn't care. Google doesn't care who or what writes the article, right? Google doesn't care. The only thing Google cares for, Google and all these LLMs, because LLMs are also bringing traffic to them, right? The only thing they care is the content they're producing, is this satisfying the user's search intent? Are people actually finding this stuff valuable? And clearly they are, because they're getting 5.5 million people going to their site every single month, ranking for almost 1 million keywords, right? And you see the growth. It is insane. The growth is insane, mostly from the US, by the way. So yes, people are finding this stuff valuable. The site is actually pretty valuable, right? There's no point in having humans write this when you can just have AI do it just way faster. So people are actually reading this stuff. Now, how do they monetize? Well, I'm sure with ads, but the best way in which they monetize is through this. They have a subscription service, okay? Gain your edge, simplify your trading. So they just sell you a trading, I don't know, it's just a course or something. They just sell you this on the back end. So again, their traffic, if you were to pay for this, you'd be paying $3 million every single month, okay? That's more than $30 million a year, okay? But on top of that, they're making money off of this, this like trading. I think it's a course. I don't know what this is, right? And of course, they make money off of ads and a bunch more, like affiliates and a bunch more stuff. But this is pretty cool. And again, the website that I showed you yesterday is doing the exact same thing. And I'll just plaster here again. They went from 0 to 30K in 24 hours. Actually, 0 to 10K in 24 hours, and then to 30K in like 12 more hours, even less. So it is clearly working. Again, you can visit the site. This is all, literally all AI news. This one, actually, I don't think this image is, but most of the ones are AI based, or at least AI written and proofread, excuse me, by a human. They even paywall this, or have me signed up. They can afford to do this, right? Which is insane. Now, granted, one thing that's important to say is that AI can produce trash content, okay? AI isn't a magical tool, right? Anything AI does, basically, you can do manually, okay? AI isn't a magic tool. So know that AI can produce trash content, but so can humans, okay? So you have to know how to tweak and use these models to write proper content that people actually want to read. So you got to make sure that the content you're writing is actually high quality, okay? So the reason why they're getting all this traffic is because the content the AI is writing is actually valuable and people actually want to read it. Because again, as I said before in the beginning of the video, people and Google, nobody cares who or what wrote the content. It could be a human, could be a dog, could be a robot, nobody cares. All we care for is, okay, is the thing that I'm reading actually bringing me value? Does it satisfy the intent of my search? Whether I'm searching on GPT or Google or whatever, there's the info that's being provided to me satisfy my intent. And you can see this with Google. Like if you just type in how tall is the Eiffel Tower, Google just tells you right from the bat. So I want the info in correct manner, and I want it as fast as possible, which is also part of the reason why if you click any of these articles right here, they give you, right, let me just do this right here, they give you, if it's not paywalled, okay, it's paywalled, but they give you the info right at top. So there should be here, actually, let me just sign in to show you. There you go. So again, they give you an AI summary of the AI news, right, at top. So you get to understand, okay, you read the title, you find it interesting, okay, let me see what this is about. So there's this AI summary right here. You don't have to go through and read the whole thing, okay? You can just, it's sort of like a key takeaways section. You can see, okay, Walmart raised whatever. Okay, cool. You want to keep on reading? I do want to keep on reading. Let's go. Okay. And they have this little thing like Ask AI, which is pretty cool. You can interact and speak back and forth with the articles live on the site, which is pretty cool. So again, have the content be valuable and then don't make people wait for it. Like give them what they want at the top of the funnel, at the top of the article, right? And again, you see this with the video I recorded yesterday about our own client who did the same thing, right? Let me just open this up right here. If you use Arvo, again, I'm the most biased person you'll ever see on YouTube because this is my tool. If you buy it, I make money. The thing is that we have a ton of results. Again, if you just go to Arvo/case studies, we have a bunch of people using Arvo to get results. These guys right here went from 0 to almost 4K a month, traffic worth almost 10K in just 120 days. And there's a full case study on here on how they did it and why they did it, their niche and all that stuff. Regardless, if you go to Arvo, you can use Arvo to generate content, okay? And part of the content is news articles, right here, news articles, right? Here's one that I did yesterday. There you go, about Tesla. And so it is a pretty straightforward article, right? A news article with the sources down here. Okay, pretty straightforward, right? But you see, there's an intro and then there's a key takeaways section, right? This is very important because this tells you, hey, do I want to keep on reading or not? Because if I don't find value from here, right, I won't read it anymore. This is super valuable because if you don't have this here, you make people scheme and find the stuff, which is not good, right? You want to give them all what they want at once. And by the way, if you don't like this stuff right here, again, the articles you saw right here, some of them are manually curated by humans, as you saw here, right? Are full or partially done with artificial intelligence, the news articles, okay? So if there's something you don't like right here, you can just go here and then just select parts of it and say, add links or sprinkle in a couple of my keywords in here or rewrite this, make it simple, make it shorter, make a list, make a table, or just prompt it, say, make this more easy to understand and don't be biased towards Tesla, right? You can just custom prompt it if you want. Any part of the article, or you can just go here, the AI assistant, and speak back and forth with it and just change the whole thing, right? Change the whole intro. Add an image of a Tesla underwater. Link out to whatever.com. So you can just basically, as if you're speaking with ChatGPT, go back and forth with it and change it as you want. And just click here, publish article, and you just publish this straight to your site, which can be any of these right here. We have a ton of integrations you can play with. Your site should be here. Your CMS should be here. If not, we can help you set up a custom integration with the API or a webhook. Regardless, it's pretty cool to see these guys absolutely crushing it, pulling in 5.5 million people every month in just 2 months. Because I've seen, and you've seen my past 2 videos, which I'll link in the description, of guys doing the exact same thing using Arvo to generate the news pieces, using our own tool, which is insane. It just goes to show again, these guys aren't different from you, right? They're not special. They're just using AI and they're leveraging this amazing technology that is AI. Now, I wouldn't just rely on the traffic and on the AdSense and all that. I would build your own products, right? You have to build your own products. These guys were smart and built in their own products, so they're not just reliant on the money from the traffic directly. They're relying on something on the back end. They're selling you something on a monthly or annual basis. So if you are to do this strategy, and the guys that I showed you yesterday were not doing this, right? They were just reliant on the traffic and making money off of ads and all that stuff. You should be building out a real business and building stuff on the back end. That's how you make the real money. And I can assure you that if these guys are pulling in all this traffic, even if just 1% of people or 0.1% of people buy their memberships, well, they're making a lot of money. So yeah, it is pretty cool to see. And so now I want to show you exactly how I do it using our tool. This is the boring part of the video, okay? Well, let's do it, right? Go to arvo.com, sign up, just comment down below and I'll give you a coupon code if you want like give it a go at a cheaper price, and I'll even top up a few credits on your account for free. Regardless, you go here, go to news articles. Okay, let's just say, for example, again, we want to go with Tesla. Okay, let's say you're doing the same thing these guys are doing, but instead of just doing for the whole stock market, you're just doing for Tesla news because you maybe have a store that sells Tesla supplies, or I don't know, Tesla vehicle, whatever. Or maybe you have like I don't know, that's the niche you're going for. I mean, you can go for this niche; it's a very profitable niche, but let's say you're just going with Tesla for now. Okay. Go here. What this does is it gives you the latest news, and there's a couple of filters. You can filter by country, news for the specific time range. You can exclude certain sources. You can exclude like Bloomberg or CNN or Fox News, whatever, or you can force include some. But let's just leave this for now. Let me just hide the advanced options. And now there's a couple of stories right here. You select the ones you want. Let's just do one for now. You can select multiples if you want, and I'll show you how to fully automate the thing, because you can have the AI automatically generate news articles based on real news and automatically publish them to your site without you having to do a single thing. You can fully automate the whole thing. It's insane. Let's just do one for now. Add article, okay? And let's just generate this one real quick here so you can see how it looks like and the whole gist of it. So let's go generate article. Again, you'll be able to, and I'll show you exactly how to do it, take a bunch. Actually, before that, what this is doing basically, it's taking this news title right here. It's going on Fox News, on CBS, on CNN, on all these authoritative news publications who talked about this, who wrote news articles about it, right? And what's doing is it's taking all of these, right, and writing a whole new news article that takes into account the info on all these, and it's basically aggregating that info into just one news article. So it's as if you're like a journalist. It's a new piece of news that aggregates info from all these sources right here, okay? And so there you go. Let's see how it looks like. Tesla robotaxi rates, whatever. There you go. This is AI generated, okay. Table of contents, okay. Little intro, key takeaways, and then the whole article. And then down here, the sources: Yahoo Finance, ARK Invest, Motor Trend, whatever, Tesla North, whatever. Okay, so it gives you as well as the sources, because it's very important. If you're writing a news article, it's very important that you cite the sources. Okay. Now you can open this up. You can do some editing if you like. Again, this is manual. You can do it like this, right? You can let's say add a couple links here. Boom, the AI is going to read through the article as a whole, read through this paragraph, and find the most relevant places to add external links to. Then let's just do Waymo. Let's just do boom, boom. There you go. Links added right here. Let's say I want to make this info. I want to turn this into a table because I feel like my readers will understand this information better in a table format. I can. Now this doesn't make much sense, but just to show you that I can change things around. Okay, there we go. Pretty simple. And let's say I want to make this more geared towards Tesla fanboys. I don't know why you want to do this, but just my point is just to show you that you can change things around. Boom, there you go. Or if you just want to speak to the article as a whole, simplify reading level, or make it more engaging, whatever you want, you just change the article as a whole. So there you go. Let's say you like this, okay? And you can just go here, details, publish article. Again, you have to set up an integration, but it's pretty straightforward to set up an integration. Let's say your site is a WordPress, boom, or let's say, for example, Shopify store or Blogger or Webflow, just click here and it's pretty straightforward. There's even tutorials going over how to do this. This is the easiest part. Now, how do you automate the whole thing? Well, you go here to campaigns and auto blogs. Actually, first, you go to feeds, okay? You hit create new feed. You create a news feed. Now, what this is, let's say, for example, my Tesla or my electric car news site. Okay, so it's the same thing as AI Invest, but just for electric cars, for example, for the electric car niche, right? I go here and I just say electric cars. Boom. I can change things around. I could have done preview stories, but I didn't. But you can see the stories that are there. But now what's going to do is going to start to populate. So it's going to be finding news about electric cars. It's going to be populating them right here. It's going to put all them right here. All the electric news cars. Tesla, Waymos, BYD, whatever. All in my niche, right? Just like they're doing right here. But this is for tech stocks, right? This is going to be for the latest news, interesting news that other high authority publications are writing about, but for the electric vehicle niche. Okay, so now once this starts to populate, and I'll show you a feed that's popular right here. For example, this is a feed from YouTube, so I just added a YouTube channel, right? And it's taking the videos from the channel, right? Actually, the channel you're watching right here, I'm taking, this is connected with my channel right here, so this is my YouTube channel, the one you're watching right now. I just put it right here, and what it's doing is pulling in the videos from my channel, right? Which you can watch, by the way. There you go. And what's doing, then with this feed, I can go and create an automatic blog, right, based off of a feed. Let me just do test YouTube, okay, continue. And I can choose my feed, my YouTube feed. So what does this do? It takes in my YouTube video. So when I post a YouTube video, right, it's gonna take that, add it to the feed you just saw, and then this automatic blog, which is based off of this feed, will generate articles based off of those YouTube videos and post them to my site. Hopefully by now you get the point. So what I'm doing with the news one is go here, new campaign, new auto blog. Okay, let's just new auto blog. My AI or my electric cars auto blog, right? I can choose different types of automatic blogs. I'll just do this one for now. Continue, and then I'll base it off of my my electric car news site, and then select my integration. So what this will do is the feed, right? It's going to be finding news about electric cars, the feed that we just created, okay? And it's going to feed that info into my automatic blog, right? And my automatic blog or auto blog is going to be generating and publishing articles to my site on autopilot. And I can choose how many ones I want. I can just choose 10 a day or 10 every 2 days or 1 a week, right? I can just do the settings right here and hit create. And again, what this will do is you'll take the news feed, right? It's going to find news from Bloomberg, TechCrunch, CNN, Fox News, whatever, about certain topics, produce a bunch of news based off of them, right? And then feed all those into my auto blog, which is going to generate and publish them onto my site. So you can literally do exactly what these guys are doing, which is all AI. Again, all this is AI. Every single image, every single thing, all this is fully AI. Right? There's of course internal links, right? There's external links, there's in-article videos, there's in-article images, which we all do as well, by the way. And you can do the exact same thing. So am I saying you're going to be pulling in 5.5 million in traffic? I mean, probably not, but you can get close to it because again, I'll show you this again. These guys, I just made a video on them yesterday. They went from around 200 to 10K, and in 24 hours, by the way, and in 8 hours or 12 hours, they went to 30K. So there you go. It is pretty cool. So going back here again, you can fully automate this with Arvo. There's a bunch more stuff this does. I won't bore you with it right now. I mean, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know you can like create a knowledge base that you can upload like your brand assets, like YouTube videos, like text documents, audio documents, whatever. And you take all these assets and create a knowledge base, which then you upload the knowledge base into Arvo's brain. So then the Arvo is able to create like brand tailored articles with like that don't look like they were written by AI. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do. My favorite feature is this one right here, the site optimizer, which basically allows you to add your site. It analyzes a bunch of the pages on your site. It gives you recommendations for what you can fix. So for page titles, meta descriptions, canonicals, image alt text, internal links, schema. So for example, let's say right here, internal links. Having like a big site, one of the pains is doing proper internal linking, because if you have an old site, you have a bunch of pages, right? But you want to make sure they're properly interlinked. So this one with this one with that one. The issue with that is that you got to find the pages first, then you got to find the anchor text you're going to be using, little text you click to go to the page, and then you got to create the link. Pain in the butt. So what this does is it finds pages it thinks should be interlinked and tells you why and how. So for example, right now it's suggesting we link this page to this one using this anchor text, and here's why. And if I just hit apply, the AI is going to jump onto my site, log into my CMS, and change and create that internal link for me automatically. There's the same thing for schema, image, alt text, meta descriptions, meta titles, and it tells you the reason why. So we didn't just want to tell you, hey, listen, do this because we wanted to. We give you the reasoning why we think you should change any of this stuff, okay? And if you just hit apply, it's going to change all the things for you automatically. So that's my favorite feature. There's a bunch more stuff it does. And again, this one's pretty cool, the YouTube to blog post. We've had this guy, and I keep on mentioning him, but what he did was he took a bunch of videos in English right here. This is a French marketing agency guy. You can watch the case study right here. But he basically took a bunch of YouTube videos recorded in English, all these in English, right? He used Arvo to convert them all into blog posts, right? But not only did he change the medium of consumption from video to written format, he changed the language from English to French, right? And he's absolutely crushing it, pulling in almost 6K a month just off of doing this. So there's a bunch of things you can do with this. But point being was that I wanted to show you this, guys, because they're absolutely crushing it. And this is all AI. All of it, the images, the text, the authors, all of it is AI. Because Google doesn't care, okay? So if these guys are doing it, if our customers at Arvo are doing it, as you saw before, right, you can do it too. There's a ton of still untapped niches. And so if you made it this far, comment that you want a coupon code, and I'll give you the coupon code, and I'll even top up your account with a bunch more credits so you can even try this. even harder. So yeah, that's it. If you want to give a watch at the case study that I just mentioned for an actual client of ours that did this exact same thing, click here to watch it. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.